of the manor farm locked the henhouses for the night, but was too drunk to remember to shut the portholes. With the ring of the light from his lantern dancing side to side, he lurched across the yard, drew himself a last glass of beer from the barrel, and fell asleep alongside Mrs. Jones. Mrs. Jones. And as soon as the light went out, there was stirring and flurrying all through the farm. The word had gone round during the day that Major Price made a white boar had a strange dream on the previous night and wished to communicate it to the other animals.
Comrades. I think you heard about the strange dream I had last night, but I will come to that dream later. I have something else to say first. I do not think, comrades, that I shall be with you for a long time, and before I die, I feel it my duty to pass on to you so much wisdom I have acquired. I have had a long life, and I've had time for thought, and I think I may say that I understand the nature of this life of ours as well as any animal now living. It is about this that I wish to speak to you. Now, comrades, what is the nature of this life of ours? Let's face it, our lives are miserable. They're laborious and short. We are born. We are given just so much food as would keep the breath in our bodies. Those of us who are capable of it are forced to work until their very last atom of strength, and the moment our usefulness has come to an end, we are slaughtered with hideous cruelty. No animal is free. The life of an animal is misery and slavery. This is the plain truth. But is this simply part of the order of nature? Or is this land of ours so poor that it cannot afford a decent life to those who dwell upon it? No, comrades, 1,000 times no. Why then do we continue this miserable condition? Because nearly all of our produce is stolen by human beings. There, comrades, is the answer to all of our problems. It is summed up in a single word. Man. Man is the real enemy we have. Remove man from the scene and the root cause of hunger and overwork is abolished forever. Man is the only creature that consumes without producing. He does not give milk, he does not lay eggs, he is too weak to pull the plow, and he cannot run fast enough to catch the rabbits, and yet he is the lord to all animals. He sets them to work, he gives them back the bare minimum to prevent them from starving, and the rest, well, he keeps for himself. Is it not crystal clear then, comrades, that all the evils of this life of ours stem from the tyranny of the human beings? Only get rid of man, and all of our produce would become our own. Almost overnight, we could become rich and free. What then must we do? Why, work day and night, body and soul, for the overthrow of the human race. This is my message to you, comrades. Revolution!
Revolution!
I do not know when the revolution will come. It might be in a week or in 100 years, but I know, comrades, I know that soon justice will be done. Fix your eyes on that, comrades, throughout the short remainder of your lives. And above all, pass on this message of mine to those who will come after you, so that future generations shall carry on the struggle until it is victorious. And remember, comrades, your resolution must never falter. No argument must lead you astray. Never listen when they tell you that the man and the animals have common interests, that the prosperity of ones is the prosperity of the others. It is all lies. Man serves no interests except his own. And above all, among us animals, let there be perfect unity, perfect comradeship in the struggle. All animals are comrades.
Comrades.
I have little more to say. I merely repeat, always remember your duty of enmity towards man and all his ways. Whatever goes on 2 legs is an enemy.
Enemy.
Whatever goes on 4 legs or has wings is a friend.
Friend.
And always remember, when in fighting against man, you must not come to resemble him. Do not adopt his vices even when you have conquered him. No animal shall ever live in a house, wear clothes, sleep in a bed, touch money, drink alcohol, smoke tobacco, or engage in trade. All the habits of man are evil. And no animal shall ever tyrannize over his own kind, weak or strong, clever or simple. We are all brothers. And no animal shall ever kill any other animal. because all animals are equal.
Equal.
And now, comrades, I will tell you about my dream last night. I cannot describe that dream to you, but it was a dream of the earth as if it will be when man has vanished. But it had reminded me of something I had since long forgotten. Many years ago, my mother used to sing to me a song of which she only knew the tune and the first 3 words. I had known the song in my infancy, but it had since passed out of my mind. Yesterday, however, that song came back to me, and what is more is that also words came back. Words, I am certain, which were sung by animals many years ago and were lost for generations. I will sing that song to you, and when I have taught you the tune, you can sing it better for yourselves. The song is called Beasts of England. Beasts of England, beasts of Ireland, beasts of every land and clime, hearken to my joyful tidings of the golden future.
Sooner or later the day is coming, tyrant man shall be enthroned, and the fruitful fields of England shall be trod by beasts of men. Bright will shine the fields of England, purer shall its waters be, sweet red shall blow its breezes on the day that sets us free. For the day we all must labor, though we die before it breaks. Cows and horses, geese and turkeys, all must work for freedom's sake. Beasts of England, beasts of Ireland, beasts of every land and clime, hearken well and spread my tidings of the golden future. Hey!
Majora died 3 days later, peacefully in Earthsea. During the next 3 months, there was much secret activity. The work of organizing and teaching everybody was done by pigs, who were the cleverest of the animals. The 3 most important pigs were Snowball, Napoleon, and Squealer, who began to develop a system of thought based on what Major had said. They call it
Animalism.
And then there was Moses, the tame raven, Mr. Jones' special pet.
Yeah, hallelujah! Gather round, brothers and sisters. We are gonna live on Sugar Candy Mountain. Up there, friends. Up there. Just on the other side of the dark clouds. There lies Sugar Candy Mountain, the happy country where we poor animals shall rest forever from our labor. After we die, and I say after we die, we're gonna live in that place when it's Sunday, 7 days a week. Clover is in season all year round, and lump sugar and linseed cake grow on the hedges.
And of late, Mr. Jones had taken to drinking more than was good for him. And he sat all day in his chair, reading the newspaper and neglecting all the animals.
Napoleon.
Comrades, Jones is gone. The revolution marks our first step on the way to freedom.
Freedom!
This farm,
Our farm?
hitherto known as Manor Farm, is from now on to be called Animal Farm.
Animal Farm! Silence! For Comrade Snowball.
Comrades, during the last 3 months, we have taught ourselves to read and write. and have successfully reduced the principles of animalism to 7 easily remembered commandments. These will be the rules that we all shall follow. The commandments are as follows. Whatever goes upon 2 legs is an enemy.
Enemy!
2. Whatever goes up on 4 legs or has wings is a friend.
Friend!
3. No animal shall wear clothing.
No clothing!
4. No animal shall sleep in a bed.
No beds!
5. No animal shall drink alcohol.
No.
No alcohol!
6. No animal shall kill another animal.
No killing!
And 7. All animals are equal.
Equal!
Now, comrades, to the hayfield. Let us bring in the harvest more quickly in Jones could.
What is going to happen to all that milk? John used to mix some of it in our food.
Never mind the milk, comrade. It will be taken care of. The harvest is more important. Comrade Boxer will lead the way to the field. I shall follow in a few minutes. Forward, comrades.
So the animal trooped down to the hayfield to begin the harvest. And when Molly came back in the evening,
Where the milk gone?
Molly the mare who drew Mr. Jones' trap.
Will there still be sugar now that the revolution has happened?
We have no means of making sugar on the farm. Besides, you don't need any sugar. We've got all the oats and hay you ever need.
And shall I still be allowed to wear ribbons?
These ribbons you're so devoted to. These are a badge of slavery. Can you not see liberty has more worth than these ribbons?
But can't I keep this pretty blue ribbon I found in the farmhouse?
Ribbons should be seen as clothing, and that, comrade, that is a mark of a human being.
Boxer, the hard horse, her personal motto.
I will work harder.
What is going to happen to the milk? And what is going to happen to the apple from the orchard that you have said is for your use only?
Squealer!
Comrades, did you not imagine, I hope, that we pigs are doing these things in a spirit of selfishness or privilege? Many of us do not even like milk and apples. I just like them myself. Oh. Our sole purpose in taking these things is for the good of our health. Milk and apples. This has been proved by science, comrades. Contain substances absolutely necessary to the well-being of the pig. We pigs are brain workers. The whole management and organisation of this farm depends on us. Day and night we are watching over you and your welfare. It is for your sake that we drink the milk and eat the apples. Do you know what would happen if we pigs failed in our duties? Jones would come back. Surely, comrades, surely none of you want Jones back. What happened at the meeting?
Why weren't you there?
I was working hard at getting the harvest in. I forgot about the meeting and I didn't realize you had all gone.
Well, that's a pity. You will just have to try and be on time in the future.
Molly.
Clover the mare, Boxer's work snail.
So, tell me what happened. Did Cameron Napoleon speak?
No, Squealer did.
And what did she say? Please, you must tell me.
Molly asked about the milk and the apples, which the pigs are keeping for themselves.
And the lumps of sugar from the farmhouse.
And Squealer said the pig need those things to help them run the farm better.
Is that true?
It is. It is not, of course. It's absolute rubbish.
No, really, is that what Squealer said?
Yes, if they don't have those things, they won't be able to think properly. And then Jones might come back.
He always gives me sugar.
Oh, we don't want that.
No. No, so we all agreed that it was best if all the milk and the apples were safe for the pigs.
And he always let me have pretty
And do you think
ribbons.
And do you think that's right, lover?
Well, everyone
One blue,
agreed,
green,
so it must be.
red,
Was Cameron Apple there?
brown,
Yes.
And did he agree?
pink,
Yes.
red,
He asked Squealer to speak in the first
purple,
place.
Well,
green.
if Cameron Apple says it, then he must be right.
But sir, honestly, you are stupid. Why did you have to agree with everything he says?
Well, he's the cleverest animal on the farm.
And
So-
so Benjamin was clever, Moses was clever, and also was Mrs. Jones. And she always let me have ribbons all the time.
Molly, stop going on about your ribbons. You look silly in them anyway.
I didn't. I'm not silly. At least I'm better at reading and writing than you, Boxer. And you clever.
Boxer works harder than any of us. She doesn't have much time to learn to read and write.
How much of your ABC can you say? I bet you can get as far as I can. I can get up to M, which starts my name.
I can say a bit.
Go on then, let's hear it.
A. B. C.
There you are, see?
Well, let her have a thing. Give her a chance.
A. B. C. C.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Ah!
Molly! Molly! Molly!
Comrades, since some of you are having difficulty learning to read and write, we have decided to reduce the principles of animalism to one easily remembered maxim. Okay? It goes as follows. 2 legs good, 4 legs bad.
2 legs good, 4 legs bad.
Can the sheep say it?
4 legs good, 2 legs bad.
This news just in. Earlier today, Mr. Jones and his men were spotted coming up the track to the farm, causing clash between men and beasts. Pigeon, you were the first on the scene. Tell us what happened.
Well, us pigeon started dropping dung on men's head to confuse them, while the geese ran out and pecked viciously at their legs. It was snowball plan all along.
Thank you. Textbook Caesar skirmishing maneuver. The men easily got rid of the geese, which was a perfect distraction, while I took Benjamin and the sheep up the rear to butt them in, of course.
The men thought they won the battle, but indeed, this is just the test of violence to come. Please, some viewers may find this following footage distressing. Any comments on what happened?
He bloody bit me! He bloody shot me!
And the violence didn't end there. Boxer was seen rearing up on her hind legs, striking out the stable out from Foxwood. So here Boxer now.
Ha! 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 I just thought, what would Napoleon do? And I did that. Think I might have killed the beggar.
I can confirm. No pulse.
Oh, yes. The only good human being is a dead human being.
Chilling words indeed. We'll be back after the short break.
The happy eggs lay the happy hen, shot the wreck, and your four-legged friend. Take it free and fresh each day at Animal Farm in SoCal free. Don't make fussy, the eggs like potions, happy hens on a good-rain vacation. The best damn egg you ever had, four-legged friend is 2 minutes fast.
Farming. No foul play, just a shell deal.
Comrades! We have won a great victory, and the enemy has been repelled. But all animals on Animal Farm must remember to be willing to give it their life for the farm if needs be.
Comrades, it has been decided to create a new military decoration, Animal Hero First Class, which we confer on Snowball and Boxer for their valiant effort at the Battle of the Cowshed.
Molly, Molly, I have something very serious to say to you. Yesterday I saw you looking over the hedge at the end of the long meadow. There was a man standing on the other side of the hedge. And though I was a long way away, I'm almost certain that I saw this. He was talking to you, and you were allowing him to stroke your nose. What does that mean, Molly?
He didn't. I wasn't. It isn't true.
Molly, do you give me your word of honor that this man was not stroking your nose?
It isn't true.
Three days later, Molly disappeared. Nothing was heard from her until one day the pigeon reported.
I saw her between the shafts of a smart truck, painted red and black outside the bed. The fat, white-faced man was stroking her nose and feeding her with sugar. And she wore a scarlet ribbon around her forehead. And she looked as if she was enjoying herself.
None of the animals ever mentioned Wooly again.
It's all very well, Comrade Snowball, but I still maintain that sowing a bigger acreage of oats will serve us better through the winter, and that the soil on the hillside is more suitable for root vegetables.
Another meeting, another argument between Snowball and Apple.
Yes, but Comrade Napoleon, you still haven't heard the best part of my plan yet.
Oh yeah? What's that?
The building of a windmill.
A what?
A machine operated by the wind to make our lives on the farm so much easier. You see that small hill there on the long pasture? That is the highest point on the farm, right? And after surveying the land, I've decided that that is the best place to build a windmill. It can be made to run a dynamo, which can produce the farm with electrical power. This can also be made to light every stall and keep us warm in the winter. This farm is old-fashioned, and we only have primitive machinery here. Our lives can be so much easier and better with the windmill to allow us to pursue more noble tasks.
Well, comrades, how do we feel about Snowball's idea?
Rubbish. I'm not saying it will be easy. We will have to quarry stone, build walls, find dynamos and cables. But I have calculated that this can all be done within a year. And after that, so much labour will be saved that we only need to work 3 days a week. Imagine that, comrades.
And I say the year would be better spent increasing our food production. That's what we need right now, the moment. If we waste time building a windmill, we will all starve to death.
Vote for Snowball in the 3-day week!
Vote for Napoleon and the full manger.
3-day week is
not
not
possible. We have
Comrades! Let us not argue. Let us all vote on the matter and abide by the decision of the majority. Now, I think that this windmill idea is nonsense. And I advise you all to vote against it.
Hear, hear.
Let us rid ourselves of the chains of sordid labour. The power of the windmill can do that for us. Imagine our lives when the wonder of science free us from this daily toil. The windmill can operate thrashing machinery, rollers, reapers, binders, supply the farm with light, hot and cold water, as well as keep us warm in the winter. Let us move forward, comrades, in the age of true freedom. Let us forge the future of animalism in the white heat of technology.
From now on, comrades, the weekly meetings will come to an end. They are unnecessary and a waste of time. In future, all questions relating to the working of the farm will be solved by a small committee of pigs. Beautiful pigs, wonderful pigs, great pigs, pigs that everyone loves and cherishes. I mean, people come to me in the street and they say, "What a bunch of pigs you are." The committee will be presided over by myself. The meetings will take place in private, and you will assemble once a week to be given your orders. But there will be no more debates. Minimus, you young poker, come with me.
Comrades, I hope that every animal here appreciates the sacrifice that Comrade Napoleon has made in taking this extra labour upon himself. Do not imagine, comrades, that leadership is a pleasure. On the contrary, it is a deep and heavy responsibility. No one believes more firmly than Comrade Napoleon that all animals are equal. He'd be only too happy for you to make decisions for yourselves, but sometimes you might make the wrong decision, and then where would we be? Suppose you followed Snowball with his moonshine of windmills. Snowball, who, as we now know, was nothing more than a criminal.
He fought bravely at the Battle of the Cowshed.
Bravery is not enough. Loyalty and obedience are more important, and as to the Battle of the Cowshed, I believe the time will come that we shall find that Snowball's part in it was much exaggerated. Discipline, comrades, iron discipline, that is the watchword for today. One foul step and our enemies would be upon us. Surely you don't want Jones back? Very well then. Let Comrade Napoleon's dedication be a shining example to us all. For was it not he who said, after all, that all the habits of men are evil, and above all, no animal must ever tyrannise over another?
If the holding of meetings means that Jones will come back, then there must be no more meetings. Comrade Napoleon says it, so it must be right.
Oh, he does, comrades, he does. And one other thing, Comrade Napoleon has decided to go ahead with the building of the windmill. Now, this will take a very special effort from all of you because it will be necessary to continue with the running of the farm while the windmill is being constructed. It may even be necessary to reduce your rations. I can understand your surprise, but you see, Comrade Napoleon was never really opposed to the building of the windmill. In fact, the idea was his own creation in the first place, and Snowball stole it to look clever in your eyes.
Why then did Napoleon speak so strongly against it at the meeting?
That was Comrade Napoleon's cunning. He only appeared to stand against the windmill to get rid of Snowball, who was a dangerous character and a bad influence. Now that Snowball's out of the way, we can get on with the job. And that is what is known as tactics, comrades. Tactics, tactics!
Napoleon is always right.
The building of the windmill begins.
From now on, all animals will work a 60-hour week. And there will be work on Saturday afternoon as well. That work will be strictly voluntary, of course, but any animal not reporting for work will have his rations cut by half. In addition, comrades, Animal Farm will start engaging in trade with a neighboring farm. Not for any commercial purposes, of course, but only to obtain essentials such as paraffin oil, string, and iron for the horses' shoes. I have decided, therefore, to sell a stack of hay, part of this year's wheat crop, and, if necessary, a percentage of the egg yield to a neighboring farm. You should welcome this contribution to the building of the windmill. Oh, have no fear. You will not have to come into contact with any human beings, which would be most undesirable, of course. I will take that burden upon me and make the necessary arrangements.
Benjamin the donkey.
Didn't we pass a resolution some time back about not having nothing to do with human beings and not engage in trade?
I can't remember that.
And about money? We are not supposed to handle money.
Benjamin, I don't remember anything about that. Stop being so miserable. Aren't you happier now that Mr. Jones has gone?
I don't see anything to laugh at. Donkey lived a long time. None of you has ever seen a dead donkey. And God gave me a tail to keep the flies off. And sooner it would be no tail and no flies.
I think Benjamin might be right. I seem to remember when old Major first spoke to us on that historic night that she did mention something about money.
Oh, Clover, I don't remember anything about that. I've told you before, stop listening to Benjamin. He's a nice enough fellow and he does his work all right, but he's always grumbling and going around the place looking gloomy.
Yes, I know, but he's often right about things. He's older than the rest of us. He can remember everything and he can read much better than you or I can.
What's that got to do with it?
Nothing really.
I work as hard as I possibly can. I get up an hour earlier in the morning and often work in the evening. We've got to get the windmill finished. I haven't got time to look at books or learn to read and write. It's what you're best at that counts.
Yes, of course, Boxer. Nobody works harder than you and we all respect you for it. I didn't mean to upset you. I believe in the revolution and all the work that Napoleon is doing as much as you do. Just that sometimes things don't seem to happen the way the old majors say they would.
Look, Clover, we mustn't overthink it. We must trust Napoleon. He knows best.
Okay, I'm sure you're right.
Penny for them, Comrade Boxer.
Clover and I were just discussing Comrade Napoleon's speech on trade.
And what conclusions did you come to?
Oh, that he's right, of course. It's just that old Benjamin, you know how he is, seemed to think we passed some resolution about not talking to humans or trading with them. And Clover...
Yes?
I thought he might be right.
Are you certain this is not something you've dreamed, comrades? You only suppose that we pass these resolutions because of the lies spread about by that traitor Snowball. Have you any record of them? Are they written down anywhere? No, of course they're not. So why don't we just all get on with our work and let Comrade Napoleon worry about these other matters?
There you are. You see? Comrade Napoleon is always right. If he thinks it's best that we should sell things, then that is what we should do.
But I'm sure it's not a good idea to have anything to do with human beings. Old Major did warn us about that, and what she said back then should guide us in what we do now.
Well, she isn't here anymore. If she was, she'd agree with Napoleon.
Well, that's something that we never know.
No, of course not.
But Benjamin does have a good memory.
Don't start on about him again. Have you ever seen a dead donkey? Indeed. I do not have no tail and no flies all the time. I don't know what he's going on about. If you ask me, all that thinking has made him a bit soft in the head.
But I'm not asking you. I'm just saying that he might be right.
Maybe, might. I'm not sure. You're as bad as him. Talking in riddles. Come on. Back to work. Have some riddles.
Anyway, I've seen them.
What?
I said I've seen them.
Who?
Napoleon, Squealer, and all the other pigs. They moved into the farmhouse. They are living there.
I don't believe you.
It's true, I tell you. I looked through the kitchen window and there was Squealer sitting in a chair with his leg up on the table, reading a newspaper.
I simply don't believe you.
I saw it. And all the other pigs were sitting around the table, munching apples and drinking milk.
Are you sure?
Yes, I am sure. I've seen them.
Well, I think that's going a bit too far. Don't you, Boxer?
Well, maybe they need to be in the farmhouse so that
So
they
what?
can work
No,
better.
but that's not all. One of the pigeons flew past the upstairs window of the farmhouse, and you will never guess what she saw. Go on and tell them what you saw.
Well, in the big room where Mr. Jones and Mrs. Jones used to sleep, in the big beds, Napoleon was stretched out on the beds, fast asleep and snoring very loudly.
There you see?
How could you see all this if you flew past the window?
I didn't only fly past, comrade. I perched on the window sill and had a good look.
And so Comrade Napoleon asleep in a bed and heard him snoring?
Yes, the window was open.
When was this?
About 2 hours ago.
Napoleon needs to rest. He works very hard for all of us. He'd probably been working late last night and got tired.
But he was sleeping in a bed.
So what?
The fourth commandment.
What?
The fourth commandment.
The fourth commandment? No animal shall sleep in a bed. So if Comrade Napoleon is sleeping in one, I think we should tell the others.
Oh.
I don't know about that.
Huh? Stop being so stubborn, Boxer.
Huh? Well, you leave me out of it. I don't want to cause any trouble. I just want to get on with my work. You talk to them, Clover, if you like. Nobody ever listens to me. You bring it up at the next meeting.
I'm not very good at talking in front of people. I think it would be best if Benjamin did it.
Oh, no. They will listen to you. If you started off, I will support you.
Be careful, Clover. Don't get mixed up in something which is going to upset things.
Benjamin, read me the fourth commandment.
It says, no animal shall sleep in a bed with sheets. With sheets.
So, comrades, you've heard that we pigs are sleeping in the farmhouse beds? And why not? You didn't suppose there was ever a ruling against beds, did you? A pile of straw in a stall is a bed, properly regarded. The ruling was against sheets, which are a human invention. We've removed all of the sheets from the farmhouse beds and we sleep between blankets. Very comfortable they are too. Not more comfortable than we need, comrades, not with all that brain work we have to do nowadays. Surely you wouldn't have us too tired to carry out our duties? You don't want Jones to come back, do you?
No, Comrade.
Very well then, because he will come back if we're not left to get on with our work in peace and quiet. Oh, and one other thing, we'll be getting up 1 hour later than the rest of you from now on, okay?
There, you see? I told you not to meddle.
November came with strong winds and torrential rains. Finally, there came a night when the gale was so violent that the main building rocked on their foundation. And several times we broke Several tides will blow off the roof of the barn. And in the morning, when the animals wake up, the terrible sight met their eyes.
Do you know who has done this thing? Do you know the enemy who has crept in the night and destroyed our windmill? Snowball. Snowball has done this thing to set back our plans and avenge himself for his ignominious expulsion. That traitor has crept here under the cover of night and destroyed our windmill. Here and now, comrades, I proclaim the death sentence on Snowball. Animal hero second class for any animal that brings him to justice.
No more delays, comrades. There's work to be done. This very morning we start rebuilding the windmill, and we will build all through the winter, rain or shine. We will teach that miserable traitor that he cannot undo our work so easily. And remember, comrades, there must be no alteration to our plans. They will be carried out to the day. Forward, comrades. Long live the windmill. Long live Animal Farm.
Long live Animal Farm!
He visits the farm at night. I've seen it.
Who?
Snowball, of course. He must have stolen all that corn which went missing 2 days ago.
Yes, and broken all the eggs which were ready for the market.
He has taken the key to the station and thrown it down the well.
And also stolen all the apples from the orchard.
He broke the windows too.
Destroyed fences.
Poisoned the milk.
Blocked the drains.
Uprooted crops.
And throttled the chickens.
And generally proved himself to be the swine that he always was. Comrades, a most terrible thing has been discovered. Snowball was in league with Jones from the very start. That's right, he was Jones's secret agent all along. It has all been proved by some secret documents that he left behind him, and we've only just found. To my mind, this explains a great deal, comrade. But did we not see to ourselves how he attempted, unfortunately without success, to get us defeated and destroyed at the Battle of the Cowshed?
I do not believe that. Snowball fought bravely at the Battle of the Cowshed. I saw him myself. They do not give him Animal Hero First Class immediately afterwards.
That was our mistake, comrades, for we now know, and it is all written down in these secret documents, that in reality he was trying to lure us to our doom.
But he was wounded. We all saw him running with blood.
That was all part of the arrangement. I could show you this, written in his own hand, if you could read, but you can't, so I won't. It would have been successful too if it wasn't for our heroic leader, Comrade Napoleon. Do you not remember how, just at the moment when Jones and his men broke into the yard and all panic spread, and Snowball is the one that turned and ran and all the animals chased after him? It was at that moment that Comrade Napoleon sprang forward with a cry of "Death to humanity!" and sank his teeth into Jones's leg. Surely you remember that, comrade?
I do not believe that Snowball was a traitor at the beginning. What he has done since is different, but I believe that at the Battle of the Cowshed, he was a good comrade.
Comrade Napoleon has stated categorically, comrade, that Snowball was Jones's agent from the very beginning, and from long before the revolution was even thought of.
That is different. If Comrade Napoleon says it, then it must be right.
That is the true spirit, comrade. And I warn every animal here to keep their eyes very wide open, for we have reason to believe that Snowball's agents are lurking among us at this very moment.
And we shall seek out the traitors in our midst. They will confess their crimes, and they will be punished accordingly. Have you anything to confess?
We have secretly been in touch with Snowball ever since his expulsion. We collaborated with him to destroy the windmill, and we're planning to help him hand over Animal Farm to a neighboring farm.
And?
Snowball admitted to us that he had been John's secret agent for 4 years.
Does any other animal have anything to confess?
Snowball persuaded us to steal corn and handed it over to him.
Snowball visits us at night and encouraged us to poison the drinking water.
Snowball appeared to me in a dream and incited me to disobey your order.
Does anyone have anything to confess?
I do not understand it. I would not have believed that such things could happen on our farm. It must be due to some fault in ourselves. The solution, as I see it, is to work harder.
By special decree of Comrade Napoleon, Beasts of England is now abolished. It is forbidden to sing it.
Why?
It is no longer needed, Comrade. Beasts of England was the song of the Revolution, but the Revolution is now completed. The execution of the traitors was the final act. Our enemies, both internal and external, have been defeated. In Beasts of England, we sung of our longing for a better society in days to come, but that society has now been established. In its place, Minimus the poet has written a new song, which begins,
Animal farm, never for me shalt thou come to harm.
Beautiful.
I don't think much of that. The tone is not the same somehow.
Yeah. The sixth commandment. No animal shall kill any other animal. Benjamin, read me the sixth commandment.
No,
Oh, please, it's important.
no. I read the fourth one last time, and that didn't help.
I know, but I'm sure I'm right this time. I can remember seeing a snowball writing it up there. Please. Snowball.
Who? Sorry.
Snowball, you remember?
No.
It comes right after no animal shall drink alcohol. I've told them enough to myself. Of course, Comrade Napoleon is always right. But after all what happened, I'm very confused now. I thought that we were working together and...
Okay, it says, no animal shall kill any other animal without cause.
Oh.
Without cause.
Friends of fatherless, fountain of happiness. Oh, Lord of sweet buckets. Oh, my soul is on fire when I gaze at high, calm and commanding eye, like the sun in the sky. Comrades, Napoleon, for the hard giver of all dirty buckets.
Please inform our leader, Comrade Napoleon, that the windmill is now completed.
Comrades, it is only fitting that on this historic day, we should proclaim Animal Farm a republic.
and announce that our leader, Comrade Napoleon, has been unanimously elected as its first president. A special decoration, the Order of the Green Banner, has been created to mark the occasion, and President Napoleon is its first recipient.
Comrades, we have won a great victory and are now truly our own masters. The building of the windmill, which will be marked by an anniversary each year, serves to remind us that through our own efforts we can change our destiny. The windmill will not generate electricity. It will not be used to generate electricity, but to grind corn. And that should yield a handsome profit. There will be another windmill, comrades. And then, when that other windmill is completed, we will install the dynamos. But the changes that the traitor Snowball, who, as we all know, was Jones's agent before the revolution and fought on Jones's side during the Battle of the Cowshed, the changes that he talked about, namely electric light and heating, will not take place. Why? Because they are contrary to the spirit of animalism. The truest happiness, comrades, lies in working hard and living frugally. Each animal will receive a special gift on this occasion of a slice of apple in recognition of his efforts. In the name of revolution, comrades, long live the windmill. Long live Animal Farm!
Long live Animal Farm!
Oh, you're still here. And then, out of the blue, Moses returned.
Yeah, comrades, in my absence, I have been away. And where have I been, comrades? Where have I been? Well, I'll tell you where I've been. I've been to Sugar Candy Mountain, of course. I've seen the beauty of that lovely land. I've been high above the clouds and seen the beauty of that place where we all one day shall rest our weary limbs in everlasting peace.
Tell us about it, Moses. Tell us about it.
Don't listen to our flighty friend. It is just a load of bull. There's no such a place. When you are dead, you are dead.
But our lives here are hard and we are hungry most of the time. We work, we sleep, and we work, and there's no end to it.
You're right, to chastise the hoofer. As I was saying, comrades, Sugar Candy Mountain is more beautiful than we can ever imagine. For I have seen the everlasting fields of clover, when the sun shines on, and no cloud dare show its face. I've been high above the clouds and see the beauty of that place. And I'm telling you guys, we are gonna go there. We are gonna be there together. We are gonna live on Sugar Candy Mountain. Put your hands together, comrades. Sing your hearts out. Let's hear it. For Sugar Candy Mountain. Sugar Candy Mountain and the sky is blue.
And the sky is blue.
We'll have linseed cake 7 days a week.
7 days a week.
Come on, comrades. Sing your hearts out. Let's hear it for Sugar Candy Mountain. And the sky is blue.
And the sky is blue.
Sugar Candy Mountain.
Sugar Candy Mountain.
Come on, comrades. Sing your hearts out.
Mountain.
Let's hear it for Sugar Candy Mountain.
What's the matter, Benjamin?
No animal shall drink alcohol to excess.
For the time being, comrades, it has been found necessary to make readjustments of rations. From tomorrow, all animals other than pigs will receive 2 pounds corn less a day and no carrots on Sundays. This is being done in an effort to rationalise present food supplies. Remember, comrades, that a too rigid equality in food supplies is contrary to the principles of animalism. And let us remember too that in comparison to times before the revolution, we have made enormous improvements. Working hours have been reduced by 225%. Our drinking water is of better quality. The average life of an animal is longer by 45%. 29% more young ones survive infancy. Animal literacy is up 630%. You'll get there, Boxer. You'll get there. Incidence of foot and mouth disease, fowl pest and mange reduced by 85%. And glanders almost completely eradicated. Production of milk is up 225%, of eggs 42.5%, and of wool 33.4%.
Boxer, what is it?
Boxer, I can't tell you how distressed I am to see you like this. I've already informed Comrade Napoleon of your condition, and he's asked me to send his kindest regards and best wishes for your speedy recovery. You've always been one of the most loyal workers on the farm, but even now, Comrade Napoleon is making arrangements for you to be treated at a nearby hospital. The vets there can treat you far better than we can.
In a hospital, but no other animal has ever left the farm before.
Except Snowball.
We look after her.
Nonsense, comrades, nonsense. I can understand your concern, but the plain truth is we simply do not have the facilities available here to give Boxer the treatment that she needs to make a full recovery. The van will be along to pick her up shortly.
But I am sure if we take care of her, she will be stronger again.
There is no argument. Comrade Napoleon has said quite definitely the Boxer is to be treated in a hospital for the good of her health.
Well, if Comrade Napoleon says it, then he must be right. Thanks, Comrade. Thanks. Don't worry about me. I'm glad I was able to see the windmill finished, at any rate. To tell the truth, I'm looking forward to retire. I had only a month to go anyway. I'll have time to study a bit, learn the rest of the alphabet. You're getting on a bit too, Benjamin. Maybe they'll let you retire too and keep me company. You get an apple on Sundays, just like the pigs.
Fools! Fools! They are taking Boxer away! Alfred Simon, horse slaughter! They're taking Boxer away to be killed!
Boxer, get out of there! They're taking you to death!
Boxer was never seen again. And 3 days later,
Comrades, in spite of receiving every attention a horse could have, Boxer has died in the hospital. I was with her during her final moments, and I must say it was one of the most affecting sights I've ever seen. Towards the end, almost too weak to speak, she whispered that her sole sorrow in passing on now was that there was still so much work to be left done on the farm. Forwards, comrades, she whispers. Forwards in the name of the revolution. Long live Napoleon. Napoleon is always right. Those were her final words.
Ideas which every animal would do well to adopt as his own. Let the spirit of Boxer be a shining light to us all in the hard days that lie ahead. She was a true daughter of the revolution. It is therefore all the more shameful that her passing would be marked by rumors that she was being taken away to the slaughterhouse. Now, some of you read horse slaughter on the side of the van and jumped to the conclusion that Boxer was being taken away to be killed. It is almost unbelievable that an animal could be so stupid. Surely you know me better than that. The explanation is really very simple. The van previously belonged to the horse slaughterer who sold it to the vet. Comrade Boxer died receiving the best care and attention that money could provide. I have personally given the order that no expense should be spared. Unfortunately, it has not been possible to bring back our lamented comrade's remains for interment on the farm. But I have ordered a large wreath to be made of laurels and to be taken down to be placed on her grave. Let us all cherish Comrade Boxer's memory. In our lives every day, and let us all pledge ourselves to working hard for the prosperity of Animal Farm as a tribute to her.
And have no fear, comrades, for I know that even now, Comrade Boxer is cropping the grass on Sugar Candy Mountain and resting her weary limbs on those sunlit pastures.
Really, Moses? Is she up there now?
Well, yes, indeed, she is, sister, and we should all rejoice for her, because you all remember that we're gonna go there after we die. I say, after we die, we're gonna go to Sugar Candy.
Sweetheart!
The latest report on the progress of the farm are that things getting better all the time. Working hours have been reduced by 12%. Sale of timber has increased to the extent that we can now purchase all essential materials from outside of the farm. Working days are much shorter now, which means that leisure time is up 225%. And time spent educating the young has doubled. So important.
It seems to me that our lives, they are the same as they have always been. I try hard to remember what it was like before the revolution. And then again, I try hard to remember what it was like after Jones had been expelled. Were our lives much better than they are now? It's so long ago.
What do you mean, revolution? Who was Jones and what does expelled mean? Why are you always wondering if things got better?
You are too young to know, but it's right that you should ask, and then I can tell you what I can remember. The revolution happened a long, long time ago. And before it happened, there was a man called Jones who ruled over us and treated us very badly.
What's a man?
A man is a creature who walks in 2 legs instead of 4. Jones lived in a farmhouse.
Where the pigs live now?
Yes, and he fed us and looked after.
And what happened?
My, you tell it to the youngsters, Sister Chloe. They were fine days, to be sure.
Moses, old chap, do you fancy popping into the farmhouse for a glass of stout? There's something I want to talk to you about.
Wow, thank you kindly. Come and Squealer.
And then there came that day when Jones was expelled, and then we began to rule our own lives.
Was it exciting?
Yes, I can still remember the freedom. We were free. We had achieved perfect unity.
And did things get better?
Yes, they did. We had more, we had everything. We had everything, right?
I can remember everything about my life, and I can say things are never much better or much worse. Let's face it, hunger, hardship, and disappointment are our lots.
But we mustn't give up hope. It is, after all, an honor and a privilege to be members of Animal Farm. Still the only farm in the whole country owned and operated by animals. The golden future that Old Major promised us is still happening. It may not happen in our lifetime, but it will happen. We feed for ourselves, we work for ourselves, and we serve no man. All animals are equal.
4 legs good, but 2 legs better. 4 legs good, say it with me, but 2 legs better, right? 4 legs good, but 2 legs better. 4 legs good, but 2 legs better, say it with me.
What are you doing?
We pigs work hard all day writing meetings, notes, minutes and memoranda.
But then you burn them.
They're of the highest importance to the farm.
But what does that mean? Benjamin, read me the 7 commandments. Are still the 7 commandments the same as they used to be?
All animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others.
Hello? I said hello. Is there anybody there? Dash out. Could have someone invited 7 p.m. for cocktails? Let's see what is Hello? Name Speakington from farm next door?
Oh, yes. Mrs. Pilkington. Shan't keep you a moment.
Good. Thought I might have a look over the hot place.
If you're
With
not
some
gonna tick, Mrs. Pilkington, I'll give you a guided tour myself.
Good. Let's say looking absolutely splendid, Nick. I noticed a windmill on the way in. Surely fun achievement. And all those animals working away in the fields. And working jolly hard too. Amazing. Don't pamper them. That won't say. I can see. I'll be able to pick up a few tips on the physics. Yes, well, I must say, I'm glad we are about to get together like this, to talk about mutual problems. It's a source of great satisfaction to me that a long period of mistrust and misunderstanding has now come to an end. There was a time, not that I share such sentiments, when the respected proprietors of Animal Farm were regarded with, not exactly with hostility, but shall we say, with a certain measure of misgiving by their neighbors. But now, all these doubts have been dispelled. I hope very much that this meeting will mark the start of a friendly relationship between ourselves. There's no earthly reason why there should be any clash of interest between pigs and human beings. Their struggle and difficulties are exactly the same as ours. I mean to say, isn't the labor problem the same everywhere? Dare say some of your workers get a bit bullshit at time. Yes? Well, I know the problem. Just as you have lower animals to deal with, to contend with. You have a lower class to play with. So,
Couldn't agree with you more, Mrs. Pilkington. It's true that we have had our ups and downs. But all that is now hopefully at an end. The rumors that have been spread about us have been truly shocking. It has been said, for instance, that we kill animals unnecessarily, and that we want to spread out revolution on other farms. Nothing could be further from the truth. Our sole desire is to live at peace with our neighbors and to carry on trade to our mutual advantage. This farm is our farm. And to show a sign of our good intentions, we have decided to abolish the custom of addressing each other as comrades. I can't remember how it started in the first place. Our lower animals, as you so rightly put it, Mrs. Pilkington, our lower animals work longer hours and receive less food than on any other farm. We're justly proud of our achievement. And so, let me raise a toast.
Exactly, to the prosperity of Animal Farm.
Allow me to correct that, Mrs. Pilkington. It is only fitting that this farm should now be called by its correct and original name. And so, let me give you the toast, but in a slightly different form. To the prosperity of Manor Farm.